Good morning. All of October, we have been inundated with Pink Power, and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and get your annual mammograms. Early detection is key. 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. And that's true. All of that's true. But I'm confused, at least here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, because there is a phenomenon here that really kind of goes against everything that we are being inundated with on our television screen. All these ad campaigns, early detection will save your life. Early detection is so important. And yet, I have talked to several women in Lancaster who have gotten their annual mammogram, been told there was something abnormal about it, and nothing was done. No biopsy, no treatment, no diagnosis. Just, well, there's something there. We're going to wait and watch. Wait and watch? What? Wait and watch? Wait for what? Watch it grow? What are you talking about? Imagine being a woman and being told that there's something in your body that is abnormal and they're not going to do anything about it. Breast abnormality. Not going to find out what it actually is. Many women are told to go then for an ultrasound after the mammogram, and they do the ultrasound and they say, yeah, okay, there's something there. Come back in 4 to 6 months. So that's a second mammogram. Well, here's the problem with all of that. Remember the Affordable Care Act, which is still the law of the land? The Affordable Care Act pays for a routine mammogram, one mammogram per calendar year. And boy, the insurance companies, they hold you to a date. If you get your mammogram on October 10th, you can't get another mammogram and have it covered 100% under insurance until or after October 10th next year. Any further testing of your breast is on you until you meet your deductible. And we all know how those deductibles keep going up. Not to mention the fact that, say you get diagnosed and there's something in your breast and we're going to wait, and it takes you into the next calendar year, where if they had diagnosed it, it would go toward your deductible for that calendar year. And isn't that what we all want when we have insurance and we have health issues? We want to meet our deductible. Because after the deductible, then you're home free, basically. They pay for a lot more stuff. What is going on? I have a question for all my viewers out there, because right now I know it's happening here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I know for a fact it's not happening everywhere, because I do know women. I'm very fortunate. They say 1 in 3 women get breast cancer, but I don't know any woman who has died of breast cancer. I know women who have it or who've had it, but they survived it. And you know why? Because it was diagnosed early and because they had choices. The one woman I know had a lump in her one breast. It was cancer. She had both her breasts removed. She did an Angelina Jolie. And I guess her insurance paid for it. She's not a wealthy woman, so she was very fortunate. Now, she doesn't live in Lancaster. How many of us would have the choice? Mammograms seem to be going the way of gallbladder surgery and hysterectomies. It used to be 40 years ago, if a woman had a reproductive problem, uterus, ovaries, heavy bleeding, they did a hysterectomy, no questions asked. Insurance companies started saying, and then science said, oh, we can do better. We don't have to take everything out. And insurance companies said, good, save us money. And now women suffer for decades with reproductive problems when a hysterectomy would cure them. They have to have all these Band-Aid procedures. It takes years, sometimes decades, to get a hysterectomy when you actually should have had one at the onset of the issue. Same thing with gallbladder. I know a woman who has gallbladder issues 15 years. The doctor knows it. She just has to stay away from, let's see, fried foods, certain kinds, and food. She has to watch what she eats. Can you imagine going 15 years not eating fried chicken? I can't, and I wouldn't. I would demand it. Gallbladder surgery is so easy today. It's a laparoscopy. You're in and out the same day. You go in 8 o'clock in the morning, you're home on your sofa at 11 o'clock in the morning. Barring no complications, of course. But they don't want to do it. Insurance doesn't want to pay for it. And I don't understand why. Wait until you are in excruciating pain, and then we'll take the gallbladder out. Well, what's excruciating pain? To me, not eating fried chicken is excruciating, so that's enough for me. Take it out. Now they're doing the same thing with mammograms. Now here's the problem, and for part of me blames the mammogram, the imaging centers, that were a little too cautious. There were a lot of false positives. I know a lot of women who were scared to death. They got told by the imaging center, there's something wrong. Let's do a lumpectomy, a biopsy. Let's do a biopsy. They went for the biopsy. It's painful. It's invasive. It's expensive. Insurance covers it in a lot of cases. They don't like that because insurance doesn't like paying for medical things. I thought it was their job. No. So a lot of women went through unnecessary biopsies. And all of the women I know who actually had the biopsies, that everything was fine. It was a cyst. It's no big deal. It's not going to grow. It's not going to do anything. But at least they didn't have to wait 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. Oh yeah. I know several women. I know 2 women actually who have been told every year at their annual routine mammogram that there's something wrong. They said for an ultrasound, and then, yep, there's something there. We'll just wait and watch for 2 years. Come back in 6 months. Now, wait a minute. That's a lot of mammograms. 2 years going every 6 months, and then eventually they say, okay, well, this thing, whatever it is, because we don't know, because we never biopsied it, we didn't test it, we have no idea what it is, but it's not changing, so come back in a year. You can go back to yearly mammograms. One woman, one viewer, had not gone for a mammogram in 2 years because she had had nerve damage during another surgery for something else. And her breasts were very painful. Once the nerve damage stopped, she went, scheduled her mammogram. They told her on the phone, well, it's been 2 years and you've gained a lot of weight. So you're probably going to have to come back for an ultrasound. Wait, what? Why not skip the routine thing then if it's not going to mean anything and you already know I'm going to have an issue? Why waste an hour or 2 of my day? Because imaging centers are always very crowded, long waits. The test itself doesn't take very long. It takes about 15 minutes. But it's in the waiting room where you sit and you wait and you wait and you wait. It's ridiculous. Even if you get first appointment of the day, you're waiting. So why not skip that step and go right to the one that's going to actually tell you what's going on in my breast? Imagine being told you're going in for a routine test that you already know is going to mean absolutely nothing. You don't have to pay for it, but it's your time. And it's always fearful when you're getting tested for cancer. Anytime you go in for a test and you wait for the results, it's scary. Of course, the people at the imaging center, they send you on your merry way. They go home, they have dinner with their families. They don't think about you. They don't think about Paula Luciano sitting at home, unable to eat, unable to sleep, every hour of every day, thinking about it. It's very easy for them to say, we'll just wait and watch. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for it to be stage 4 cancer? Because if that's what you're waiting for, I got to tell you the truth. You might as well give me the lethal injection now, because I don't want to do chemotherapy and I don't intend to do chemotherapy. I don't intend to do radiation. If there is cancer in my body, it's coming out. The breasts are coming off, both breasts, off, flat. No reconstruction, no breast tissue left. Take it off. If there is an organ in my body that gets cancer that I don't need to live, it comes out. It doesn't get, and again, early detection. If you're detecting it early, take it out. And I'll go with my chances. I'm not doing that poison crap. I'm not losing my hair. I'm not getting mouth sores. I'm not getting radiated and burned. I'm not doing any of that crap. So on one hand, you have early detection is key. And here in Lancaster, well, there's something wrong, but we'll just wait and watch. I want you to tell me your stories. Would you wait and watch? Have any of you where you live had the same experience with your medical providers? Where they say something's there, but just come back in 6 months. We'll wait and watch. 6 months later, it's still there. We'll wait and watch. Here's the problem, folks. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an imaging tech. But guess what? Whatever's there ain't going away by itself. It's there. What they're waiting for, I assume, is for it to grow. But once it grows, then it's worse. It's worse. Is this what we want? Is this a woman thing? Because I guarantee you, if this were a man, oh my gosh, I saw a story about a guy who had breast cancer. Men get breast cancer too. He had a mammogram. And that breast was off. He had his breast removed, both breasts removed, within 3 weeks. Done. Over. Out. They didn't tell him to wait and watch. Do you think they would tell Angelina Jolie to wait and watch? Do you think she would? She didn't. She didn't even have cancer. And she had both her breasts removed. And her ovaries and her uterus too. But see, she can just write a check. She doesn't have to deal with insurance. I gotta tell you, you have to be your own advocate in this situation. So I want to hear your stories. If you are suffering from the same epidemic we have here in Lancaster, where they find something wrong in your breast as the mammograms are supposed to, and then do nothing about it, the waiting and the watching, I want to hear about it. And I want your suggestions. I have an idea. Why don't we just start fighting back, going public, writing letters to the editor, going to the attorney general, to the health czar of our state, and say, hey, we have something in our breast and they're not doing anything about it. It isn't right. And it kind of negates all the ads we're seeing on television for the entire month of October about pink power and surviving breast cancer and early detection. Because while they're detecting it early, they're not doing anything about it. They're ignoring it. They're waiting and watching. And I don't think that's appropriate. Maybe some women don't care. Maybe they want to be in denial. Oh, if they said it's nothing, it must be nothing. Wait, what if it is something and they only tell you it's something when it's really, really, really a big something? When a year ago, it was a small something. Let's talk about it. I really want to hear stories on this one. I'm really going to be interested in your comments. Would you wait and watch? Would you wait and watch for 4 months? Would you wait and watch for 6 months? Would you wait and watch for a year? Would you wait and watch for 2 years? Let me know. I know I wouldn't be able to do that. It would drive me crazy. Waiting for a test result in any situation drives me crazy. I couldn't make it 4 months, let alone 2 years. And again, I think we need to ask whenever we are given that sort of a non-diagnosis. Well, there's something there. We're going to wait and watch. I want every person, every woman who's getting her mammogram and gets that response to say, what are you waiting and watching for? Political Paula, out.